Welcome on back, y'all. We are continuing with this good old monster head that we're working on. A few cracks did form because this clay this clay hates me, apparently. But I think we covered them up. They'll probably happen again. I do want to seal it with some spray paint or crystal clear. I think I got both of those. And my hoping is when I do that, that'll stop it from drying out. Last time I tried that, a crack did form on my other sculpt when it was sealed. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but we'll see. If it does happen, well then we can dress it up as like a wrinkle or a scar or something. But just using this little rake tool here that I made, it's making some interesting skin details. So that's what I'm doing on the back of this guy. I was going to leave it smooth, but I want to put a little something in there. So just kind of raking it. Raking brings the clay from the high points down to the low points and helps even out the surface. So if you ever wonder why people, they rake the clay, that's pretty much it. And then we'll smooth it down so these won't be so harsh. And I think that'll look really nice for the skin. Just something simple. This is drying out a bit. My gosh. You tried, and that's okay. Raking it down. Just working our way up the forms. This is always like a relaxing part of sculpting because it reminds me of like a Zen gardening where you get like those rakes and you rake the sand to help with your anxiety. I got one of those, but it's more of like a horror one that has a shovel. It's not as good as a rake, but I think this is better than the gardens. Just doing this. So, if you guys if you got any anxiety, get some clay and start raking it, I guess. Well, that's kind of like what it's looking like. I had a feeling that eventually you would start sculpting adult toys. I never said I wouldn't. So, I never said I wouldn't. Now, I'm going to just get in some water a little bit, moisten it up, and then get our little brush and just go over it a little bit. Don't want to go too crazy. So we want to keep the detail, not brush it away. You know what I might try is I might hit it with some baby powder before I seal it. Instead of waiting for it to kind of dry. Because the baby powder does help smooth it out. Do a nice finish. And it'll help kind of take some of that, wick some of that moisture away. And then seal it, and we'll see what happens. Just brushing the same way with those lines I made, because we don't want to blow them out, right? If we go up and down, it's going to really erase a lot of the detail. So we're going with the rake marks and trying to be kind of light, Don't neglect the prostates of the world. Don't. No, this is strictly for women. Just joking. It's also for prostates. It's a prostate worm. What can I say? I do want to make that a little bit more, a little bit more succulent. So I'm just coming in here, just drawing those lines. I do like the tools that have double sides to them. It's really nifty. Some of my favorite tools. Oh, you can still see some of that crackage here. Oh, I'm so scared that this is going to crack when I seal it. And by scared, I mean I know it's going to, because this stuff it's never easy. There's never just like, hey, that went perfect. I had no issues. There's always something. And usually with the molding stage, that's when it hits me the hardest. There's still some cracks here. Even cracks up there. You know what I might try? Maybe I put like small teeth in here or something. No, you know, I kind of like the whole eroticness of the front, to be honest with you. Just gonna go over this lightly a bit. Oh, I have a tool somewhere that can do this a little bit easier. We'll give it a little bit of texture with this rake tool. Let's just start over here. Let's see. No, that's not what I need. This little thing, it's like a wire tool. And we just softly glide it over the clay here. I'm not gonna do too much. Actually, this might not work. I'm kind of treating this like monster clay, but let's see, maybe this one will work better. This one has a little bit more bite. It does look like a sucker. Maybe you should sell designs to Bad Dragon. Like, just like, hey, Bad Dragon, what do you think of this design? Do you want to buy it? Like, what do I email them? Do I ask for a sponsorship? So I'm trying to be as light as I can because I don't want to blow this detail away. The wrinkles. So just trying to be nice and soft with it. And go with the forms, you know? Go with them. Yeah. Well, up here is like really something. Jeez. Selling art. They do werewolf tongues though. Same level of kink. Maybe I just start my own sex toy design business, you know? Maybe that's my calling. HR Giger would be amazing at that. When he was alive, why can't I do that? Pretty much everything I've made is kind of sexual, so. And that's kind of on purpose because I don't know, it's just I guess that's kind of my style. You do? Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I know another person that collects sex toys. That's great. There we go. See, I just wanted it to be subtle. Just subtle, nothing crazy. So even your raking tools can give you some really good skin texture. There are other tools that can like do skin texture and stuff, but raking does a great job as well. So I'm just going back over, hit some areas I may have forgotten about or missed. Can you imagine that's the reason I get banned on Twitch? It's for sculpting a sex toy, but it's not a sex toy, but people think it is a sex toy, but it's not. Then I get banned. But then like the bigger Twitch female creators see the sex toys and want to like collaborate, then I become super popular. And I become the sex toy sculptor on Twitch. Now that is how you grow. So I would, let's see, how would I do that? So I'd have to obviously make a mold, but it would have to be, it would have to be a mold where I can pour silicone in. But then I'd have to get like silicone paints, and then painting silicone is a real pain in the butt. And then I'd have to figure out the mechanics of how do you insert the vibrators or the suckers or whatever. You know, I'm not an engineer. I don't know how that works. So the engineering part would be the issue for me. Unless I just start with like, hey, this is handheld. No, you know. This is for this is for butt training. It's coming back in and creating some more. Just want to make sure I get it all covered and not have any naked areas. Although you don't have to cover the whole thing in detail. There are some areas where you want to keep it like relief, where it's not all detail, but there's like points of rest on your sculpt. Like here, point of rest. Even the back, even though there's detail, this is like nothing crazy. It's just like a little bit of skin detail, so it's a nice breakup. Yo, Don Lee, how's it going? How you doing? No problem. We're working on charcoal drawing commissions. Sent the folks your way so I can get this done before I head. Oh, okay. All you sculptors are making me want to branch out. Do it. Come join the dark side. Join the phallic side. Well, if you got any art that you would like to share, feel free to just pop a link in chat. We'll take a look. This music's making me scared a little bit. All right, so now, damn it, I missed some. Hold on. Gonna hit this with a sponge. This will help give it a little bit more texture. And it'll soften a lot of that detail as well. And it'll create a texture on the surface, so when we do mold it, the plaster just won't run off, because it tends to do that. So when you create like a good surface texture with like pores and little bumps and stuff, then the plaster has something to hold on to, and it's a lot easier to get that plaster on. You just gotta be careful not to blow out your texture. I'm gonna come in with this sponge here. This is like a sea sponge. It's a little bit more porous, a little bit more rough. Nice. It's dusty. And I just want to see what that would look like. it's kind of like when you're drawing, you build layers up. It's exactly the same thing. Start large, then you work yourself down to smaller. There we go. See what I mean? Give it some good little you know, like that's all I got. Forgot there's dried other clay on this sponge, so it's a little dusty. And then we'll go back to the sea sponge. So let's see. Now we just want to get in here a little bit more and make it a little bit more, I don't know, puckery. These eyes just look, I don't know. There's some areas that look really sloppy. I don't know if I think the clay is still too moist around the eyes. The eyeballs themselves are fine. The little, I don't know, lids are a little, I don't know, soft. Yes, moist. Well, this part's what the fuck? Like that. I feel like I want to give that a little bit of a little break up there. So let's wet the brush. Just kind of get in there and smooth it out. There we go. Now I am tempted to use some baby powder on this. I saw it on Face Off a few times when they're using that with their water-based clay that they use to help smooth it out, and I'm just wondering if that would kind of like soak up some of the moisture that's still lingering, and then I could seal it. Or is I gonna dry it out too much and then I'm screwed? You know what? Let's try it. Let's try. I've used it on oil-based clay, never on water-based. So I'm curious to see. I am very curious to see how this will do. So I'm just gonna do a little bit here. There we go. Let me just dab it on. Or brush. No. Yeah, I don't want to brush it on. Might need more. I might just need to poof it. It does seem to be soaking up some of that moisture. Oh yeah. If you've ever like smelt a Halloween mask and it like has that like latex smell, but there's also like another smell with it, it's probably baby powder. So that's what we use. Well, some of us use baby powder to pour into like the masks when we're pulling it out so the latex doesn't stick. If you're pulling it out, the mask out of the mold, and like the sides touch each other without having that talcum powder in there, then it can like stick and it will adhere. So you gotta just be a little careful. Oops. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Mistakes happen. It's okay. So I think this is done. So I need to seal it. I can't do it in here because there's not enough ventilation. So I might have to take this guy to the garage and seal him up. Well, we're all done in the head for the creature. Next will be to finish the body, but I think we'll save that for another video. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.